Skip around town with me and let's catch this raw energy of New York City.
It's a great day to be alive. We're in the heart of Chinatown, and we're just gonna walk around New York City and catch this raw vibe. New York City is one of those places of unexpectedness. You take your walk, you vibe out. Beautiful bakery there, look at that. They have some amazing desserts right there in Chinatown. You can always count on the Asians to bring the innovation in food. For those curious about Chinatown, it's a great place to be, especially if you are a food connoisseur and you want to try so many different types of Asian fusion cuisine. You get everything from the small mom and pop shop to the everyday happenings all around the world, like Starbucks, McDonald's, and everything in between, but it's little spin with the Asian culture. If you look on the lamppost, you'll know you're in Chinatown because you get those little tassels. Like that one right there. Being in New York, you have to have one of those carefree attitudes. Go out there and do whatever you need to do, accomplish whatever you need to accomplish, go out and enjoy yourself. Life is short in this city, but you can become whoever you need to be. Let every twist and turn take you where you need to go. It's a colorful city with wonderful people if you choose to interact with those wonderful people. It's okay when you see something odd and awkward to be amazed by it, to be curious about it. But one thing you must do is you decide to take charge. You decide what you want to do. You decide to proceed how you want to proceed. If you see somebody you like, make friends with that person. That person can take you where you need to go. Look at that, raw meat right in there. Not raw meat, a lot of meat in the windowsills there. Get your taste buds going, make you want to buy something, make you hungry, make you want to go out and try it. Then you have a live seafood tank here. If you're into seafood, I haven't had seafood forever. Look at those eels. I can do eels in unagi, like the sushi, Japanese sushi, but knowing that they look like water snakes, I can't do that for real. I have to, pause a little bit. I can do them when it's cooked, but straight up like that, absolutely not. Little trading wholesale shops with the Asian Chinese lanterns and whatnot. Just getting a load of all this great activity down here in the heartbeat of Chinatown. You have Little Italy. And Little Italy is its own little private spot in New York City, a very high tourist attraction. Lots of local culture in this area. And you have, in some of these incredible buildings, you have some of the most elite residences, like this building here. I seen that one get revamped and reintroduced into the atmosphere in this area. And you even have the Noble Den Hotel, a little boutique hotel right here in the heart of Chinatown, crossing over into Little Italy. For those of you who are planning to stay in New York City and you want to stay in this area, you do have a lot of great boutique hotels in this area for you to enjoy. Welcome to Little Italy. And this is the main block of Little Italy. So you start on over here, and then you walk yourself all the way down, going all the way down into the financial district, near the City Hall courthouses. It's great to see so many people out, especially since this weekend is going to be extremely cold in New York City. I'm one of those nosy types. So it's always a joy to come out here and be at one with the whole environment. You know what I just recently discovered in this area? Is you see this space right here? This whole area here? I didn't know that was considered Little France, all up in this area. I didn't know this was a French way of living. But it's so petite in this area. Everything is so compact that you didn't realize just off Chinatown and Little Italy, you do have a Little France. Which makes sense. Everybody wants their littles in New York City. But one thing I would say about the area, they could do better with representing it, because it is a miss. You could actually miss the opportunity to be in Little France. This whole area here. One of the greatest hotels in this area, this one here, is called Nomo Soho. Right there off of the very popular Soho neighborhood. Right on Crosby Street. It's almost Fashion Week, so a lot of people will be in this area dining and enjoying themselves and treating Broadway like a catwalk. See this little cafe, Little Paris? It's just hidden. Bring it to life, let everybody know that you exist, Little Paris. It doesn't look that French though. From all of the real estate that I've seen in France and French countries, even like places like New Orleans, which I've never been, it fails to look French. A place of character. Let's cross the street and let's go to the catwalk of Broadway. Let's go be at one with the people and the tourists, soaking that energy and that vibe in that area. Some nice markets here from the exotic places of France. I really have to get out there and invest in a new microphone because I lost it and it's picking up horrible audio quality, and I'm talking as close as possible. Look at this Cobra mural on the wall. Pristine, looks like they just drew it there. Little piece of art along the city everywhere. The grit and grind of New York City, the place where everybody have their own unique personality, a place where everybody march to the beat of their own drum, or at least they're supposed to, in my opinion, because there's so many things to do, be, and see in this area that you don't have to copy anyone else but be yourself. You can live very authentic in the city of New York. I admire the hell out of this residential building here. Apartments on every single floor, corner units. You have to have a few million to enjoy or live in that area. I'm always saying enjoy. Of course you better enjoy the hell out of an expensive apartment like these. And I'm sure they have different apartments along the back, but it gives you that whole illusion. It makes you wonder how much people are spending to live there. The spaces in this area, of course, because they're wealthy, are loft spaces. Full of character. And this place right here, Champagne for the People, it's a great brunch space. A fine tea restaurant. She's tour guide. Spanish tour guide. Sounds like a Spanish tour guide. But it's just so many ways you can make money in New York City. Some people take tour guides when they get here. Some people look through videos like mine and try to pick up the atmosphere and what it's gonna be, to feel what they're gonna see in New York City before they get here. The very iconic Broadway and Broome, to be exact. A little hop on, hop off bus, aka the big bus tours. So if you want to take a bus tour throughout Manhattan, you have one live here and so many other places, and all these very iconic places across New York City. Down there you have Canal Street, Tribeca in the financial district, but we're gonna go uptown here. A little pop-up shop. I don't know if this is gonna be a stay here store, but it's a little pop-up shop full of snacks. You never know what you're gonna find in this place. Always something peculiar, always something to pop out. That's the real rawness of New York City. Again, a place where you can do, be, and see whatever you want to do, be, and see. But I will tell you one thing about here. They have this stereotype about New York City where they say New Yorkers are rude. Let me answer that for you. Is that a true statement? For the most part, I think a lot of them feel like they're the main character in New York City, and it's easy to do that when you can be who you want to be. But don't let that deter you from coming to New York and having a great time in New York City. Those are miserable people. They have no lives, they have no social skills, they have no friends, no one wants to be around them, no one wants to engage with them because they're so hostile, they're so violent, and they live in places where they're forced to live because no one wants to be around them to give them the opportunities in New York City. So whenever you see the news and you see those people, don't shy away from New York City. Please keep in mind that if you're in certain places like Soho and every other incredible neighborhood like Tribeca, downtown Brooklyn, and Upper East Side or places like that, you won't bump into those people. You won't bump into those miserable people who make New York seem like a very unbearable place. Like a little into this video, I had a street confrontation just at the beginning, and I'm gonna edit that out because it got really hostile and nasty. He thought I was recording him, and it's like, no, I'm recording the environment. But it just goes to show how psychotic some people are. But that doesn't have to stop you from enjoying New York City. You can absolutely have fun in New York City. Like, I always try to find the joy in New York City. I always try to find the joy in New York City, even when I am missing or I do encounter somebody who isn't a great person. I always try to say, you know what? That's not every New Yorker. Look at those Timbs, the red ones here. And look at how they're representing all throughout here. NYC, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, and Manhattan at the top, which would be NYC. When people think of NYC, they think of Manhattan, but it's 5 different boroughs. But nevertheless, you always go out there and seek joy. And I always try to go out in New York City, in the streets of New York City, and seek joy. Because if I don't, I'll be just as miserable as some of these people who go out there and seek confrontation. And it doesn't have to be like that in New York City. It really does. You can come out here as a visitor, you can live here as a resident, and you can have joy. That's why I would always tell anybody who's coming to New York City, please go out there and make some money. Have a plan to make some money. Stick with that plan to make some money. Don't deviate from that plan to make some money, because if you do not make some money, you'll go homeless, or you'll be forced to stay where the people who have a horrible attitude and a horrible outlook at life. And that's not what life is. You shouldn't have to live around people who go out there and start problems with everybody. It is a very liberal city, which has its own perks to being a liberal city, but that can also mean that you aren't arresting the people who should be arrested. That means you're not keeping the city safe from the people who you should be keeping the city safe. And no one should have to live like that. So again, there are rude New Yorkers. There are a lot of rude New Yorkers, but at the same time, there's also a lot of kind New Yorkers. There's a lot of nice New Yorkers. There's a lot of New Yorkers who will elevate you and get you to the right place in life. There's a lot of great New Yorkers you can hang around with and have a wonderful time, a magnificent time, the thrill of a lifetime. There's a lot of New Yorkers where you can find love through platonic or intimacy. In New York City, they'll change the way you see things. They'll change the way life happens for you. Just everything about them is 100% magnificent. So the choice is yours. If you are going to come to New York and you are going to indulge in New York and have fun, the choice is yours. Which lifestyle would you like to live? Do you live the lifestyle on the edge? Do you live a conservative lifestyle? Do you rock out like I like to rock out? Do you go to the depths of New York City and operate underground? Do you operate on top of the ground and go high? What do you do in New York City? In a city of chaos, what do you become? Do you become something great, or do you become something burdensome to New York City? And I'd like to say thank you for walking with me through the streets of New York City. If you enjoy New York City content, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.